Hello, everyone. Welcome here. Today, we are going to attempt, hopefully successfully, to do vampire murder. We will see just how well that works out. But anyway, I have a bunch of food available. Not really a bunch of shark, but I have enough shark that I can at least buff it up a little bit. Won't have to bum any off anyone else, hopefully, as long as it doesn't take too many attempts. I have money to pay for at least 10 deaths. And I have about as good of gear as I'm going to get. So, let's see. What do I need? What is this for? Trying to remember what I had this loadout saved for. Because this is, let's see, Dracon Medallion. Oh, this is the one I was using for entry mode Theater of Blood. I think. Alright, well, we can delete that tab then. Don't need that. It's not useful to me. Oh, I need more prayer potions. Okay. That means that I should go replant my renars and harvest them since they're right over there while I'm here and thinking about it. And then when we go through town, we should stop at the bank. And I should grab a teleport I can use to get out of here. Yeah. I do have plenty of snape grass, right? Actually, I don't. Okay, we'll have to go collect snape grass then. That's annoying. Okay, so we better get that done first. I think I have the requirements to use the safe deposit box in Relica. Which means I should probably go there to collect them. Which means to get to Relica, I'm going to want a Draman staff. Oops, I don't want that. I want this and that. Okay. Let's go plant this Renar. Okay, Ultra Compost, the Secateurs. I need a spade. Hopefully we get a good harvest here. Nope, I believe that is the minimum possible harvest. Darn. Alright, well, can't have everything, I guess. Alright, Relica. Is it DKS? I think. Guess we'll find out when we get there. If it's not, I'll have to look on the map. Yep. Okay, so technically I only need a few snape grass, but I might as well grab a few inventories full so I won't have to come back for more anytime soon. And I should prospect this star, so I have a nice prospector bonus here. Okay, first discovery bonus, so I have 300 bonus stardust. Next time I feel like mining stars. That's useful and helpful. Okay. Indeed, I do have enough diary completion to use the deposit there. So let's go to Waterbirth Island. Alright. There's a good amount of snape grass just laying on the ground here. Which means you can get an inventory full pretty quickly. Technically I only need, well, I have enough already, but like I said, the more I get now, the less I'll have to come back here later. The reason I have the tiles highlighted is so I can pre-click them. And like this case where the next one isn't spawned yet, I can start running there with some amount of accuracy. Alright, we're full up, so let's go back to Relica. I think I'll get like one more inventory full. That should be plenty. That'll be like 56 snape grass. Which is far more than I'll be able to get Renars in a reasonable amount of time. Prayer potions are probably going to be the limiting factor here. Because I need like 3 of them or something, I think. That's what I was bringing for each fight. And technically, yeah, 3's probably plenty. I could use super restores, but don't think that's required. So I don't think I have any super restores either, or not enough of them to matter. And they're expensive. As in, they require rarer resources than what prayers do. So I'd rather not waste them if I don't have to. Okay, with that being taken care of, The next step is probably just to go to the Ardoin Bank and go ahead and actually assemble as many prayer potions as I can. So I have a stock on hand. And then I think that's all I know. No. I need to make sure I have enough Verity's Aid too. I think there's some in the group storage. And I do have several left. Okay. I have 11 Renars. Which means I can make 11 3-dose potions. Not sure why I just stopped in the middle of making them, but anyway. And then let's see. We'll grab an existing 2-dose pro potion I have that I'll use to help fill up some of these. That should get me 8 4-dose potions and 1 3-dose. Okay. That gives us 12 total, which means we have at least 4 fights, assuming we use 3 potions per fight completely, which is unlikely for failed attempts. Super attack potions. I need to make some of those. What are the ingredients for super attacks already? Eye of Newt and Irrit. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's go ahead and put these up here. Alright, now. Should also make some super strengths, but wait, didn't it tag the 2-dose super strength? Oh, I see. I didn't have a 2-dose. Alright. Now, Irrit. I should have plenty of Irrits, I believe. Yes, I do. Then Eye of Newt. Make some super attacks. Alright. Now, I'm slowly trying to put together a potion tag tab that has all the potions, well, tagged. So that I can, if I have potions in my bank, I can just click this tag and find out how many and I can remove them or whatever. Because even if you don't have that potion in your bank, but it's still tagged, it'll show up as a an outline here. And so you can tell that, okay, yeah, I removed all of those or whatever. And so if potions end up in the wrong part of your bank or whatever, you can figure it out easily using tabs like this. So I have one for herbs, and I have one for all the seeds and crops. Most of the seeds and crops. There's actually a couple missing here. I don't have any oranges, for example. Some of the flowers are missing. Things like that. But this allows me to very quickly find out what I have in the way of seeds in my bank. Like most of this stuff shouldn't be in here probably. Should instead be stored at the farming guild. But anyway. Similarly, I'm building one for fish and fishing supplies. Oh well, that's beside the point. Let's go ahead and make these all into 4 doses. Okay. That should be plenty of super attacks. I don't really use many super strength doses during these. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make a 2-dose super strength so I can tag it. Fill that out. Yeah, so another thing I can use this for is I can release potions that I don't have any of. And conveniently remove their bank placeholders from here, while still keeping them tagged. And without having to hunt them down in the normal bank interface. Okay. Oh, which reminds me, I should go release all the placeholders for the uncooked fish. Because I cooked all that shit, pretty much. I'm gonna leave the raw herring, because that goes in a specific spot. Namely, it's a clue item. Okay. Now. Gear. Black d'hide, Barrow's gloves, actually let's wear the black d'hide chaps because I don't have strength gear for that. Fighter torso, however it is not. Steel ring isn't useful because, well, for one thing we want to wear a Ferrites aid instead. Strength amulet, I think I calculated was the best for this. Ancient blessing. Actually, let's not take the ancient blessing. Let's take Radis blessing instead. Okay. Defender. Blisterwood flail. What are we missing? Boots. Yes, I do have climbing boots I can wear. That gives me a small strength bonus. Okay, I think this is the best we're gonna get. With my current gear. Because he does magic attacks, so that's why we want the DI. There's no gear in group storage I could grab temporarily that would help with this, is there? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. There's Moonlight Moth mixes, which are budget prayer potions. The problem is they're rather bulky compared to prayer potions. Real ones. They're better for cases where inventory is not at a premium. Oh, like not this fight. Okay. 3 prayer potions, a super attack, and then 3 Karen Bonds, a super strength, 4 Karen Bonds, 4 Shark, 4 Karen Bonds. Okay, actually, let's go ahead and move the Shark down. Because Karen Bonds aren't quite as good of a food as Shark are, but I have a lot more of them, so. Okay, this is what we've got. I'm tempted to... I don't know if P-Neck works against the lightning attacks. I don't think it does. Maybe it does. Let's see what the wiki says about the P-Neck. Okay. It probably would, actually. How exactly does redemption work? Because I know redemption triggers. Okay. Actually, redemption will not prevent lethal damage. Okay. However, I do know redemption has saved my butt there in that fight. Only to die shortly thereafter. Before. Anyway. I think... Oh wait, yep, there's one more thing I wanted different about this. I want a one-click teleport. And I want it to be in this bottom corner, because that's where you put those things. So, I think what I'm going to do here... is I'm going to move these potions down, like so. And then I'm going to grab, as a one-click teleport, the Ectophile. Because it works, and it's not the Dracon's Medallion. I do want the Dracon Medallion. Notably. It's very nice. But I want it to be in my bank so I can get back to the fight easier. Speaking of which, let's get to where we're going. Okay. Turn GPU plugin on instead of 117 HD, because 117 HD makes it hard to see the ground. And then turn off tile indicators for now, because that also makes it slightly harder to see the ground. Normally not a problem. It could be a very big problem here. Okay, actually, I want this to be ordered a little differently. I want these to be up here. I'm going to move the shark back up one. No. I'm going to try ranging the shark vertically. Because the order you need to click these in is shark and then Karambwan. So as long as I eat out of this side of the inventory when it's not an emergency, I should be better off. Okay, let's go get our asses kicked. So, during the early parts of the fight, I'll be praying protection from magic and chivalry at the same time, which is going to suck prayer points at an incredible rate. But we'll just have to live with that. And then near the final phase, we're going to be praying redemption and chivalry at the same time. So if we screw up, hopefully redemption will save us. Or help save us. So far it hasn't worked that way. But we'll see. Alright. Strength. Super attack. Let's go. Attack from magic, chivalry, attack the bastard. Attack the bastard. Okay, there we go. I forgot that it was considered a frickin' staff. Oh, I forgot something rather important, actually. What I forgot is that I need knives. Okay. Well, at least we didn't waste many resources there. Let's go bank here real quick. Okay, deposit that cooked Karambwan. And then give me... Where did I put my black knives last time I used them? There they are. Okay, much better. We did waste a dose of potion. Well, it's not fully wasted yet. Will be shortly, though. Okay, I'm gonna grab a Ring of Dueling and Dracon's Medallion. Let's go to Ferox to make sure we're topped off, which I think is actually going to reset our boost there, which is unfortunate, but it can't be helped. Well, it could be helped. We could go in with not quite full prayer, but... Or not quite full health. Either one would be fine, I suppose. Yeah, goodbye boost. We don't need full potions anyway. And then Varus and Hansa. We have plenty of materials to make these potions. These potions are the important ones that I can't really easily replace. Okay. I'm actually going to make a new tag tab. So I can remember my stuff. Okay. Actually, let's put the full dose versions of these in here. There we go. All right. Let's go. It's a little weird not to have True Tile on, but of course it looks even weirder to have the GPU plugin instead of 117 HD. Super strength, super attack. And then we pray we roll well. Like that 35 there was beautiful. Please don't hit zeros. I need you to hit every single time. Okay. Here's the first prayer potion. Come on, beat the shit out of me. There we go. Okay, I'm about out of sharks that aren't paired with carambons now. Or carambons that aren't paired with sharks. Damn it, stop healing, you piece of shit. And stop hitting zeros. I need you to hit him hard. Okay, well this is... I just keep hitting zeros in the second half of this section of the fight. Don't run too close to that thing. Oh, it'd probably help if I wasn't attack drained to hell. I didn't notice I was that drained. Oops. Well, we're kind of low on food. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I think I'm going to have to bail. Unless I get just absurdly lucky, but... Okay, this guy sent him into the next phase. Move, you piece of shit. Move! Ah. I freaking hate when it locks you in like that. Alright, well, we probably didn't have enough food to survive that one anyway. Let's grab our Dracon's medallion. Okay. Versanaza. Alright, now let's go retrieve our stuff. Yeah, we need better... We need to not get attack drained so much. As I need to be paying more attention to my boost over here. And top off when I'm getting low. That would have definitely helped with hitting more. But also more luck would help. Okay. we had very little food left. Person Haza. Alright, let's reload on food and other consumables. This convenient tag tab we made. Help if I paid more attention. Okay, there we go. Alright, reload it. Oh, a Fairytale's Aid. Boom. Check. 95 charges. Yeah, we better not take that in. It'll break midway through the fight. Okay. Super strength will be fine. We only really need to dose that at the beginning of the fight. The super attack we need periodically throughout the fight. Okay. Actually, I'm kind of curious. DPS calc. I don't know why. It doesn't do it on the other computer, but this computer pages crash constantly. It's got to be some kind of configuration thing or something. Okay. Strum Klaus. Okay, here we go. We're identical. We have two identical configurations. Now. Boom. Boom. And I'm going to be using Chivalry. Chivalry. Okay, good deal. And super attack and super strength are already selected for both. Okay, good. Okay, so it's 1%, a little more than 1% actually. Less accuracy, but one more max hit. DPS is 3.3 instead of 3.2 to use the strength style versus the attack style. Okay. Also, I really wish the person who made the Dude Where's My Stuff plugin would properly handle this particular death bank. Okay. Now, because different combat styles, they give you tiny bonuses. Like I think it's like 1 or 2 strength. There's maybe I think is it 3 strength? I don't remember. Anyway, get some tiny amount of extra strength or attack, which means if you use the accurate attack style, you have slightly higher accuracy, and if you use the aggressive attack style, you have slightly higher strength. And strength is what determines your max hit. According to this, we'll have a 36 instead of a 35 max hit, and that gives us an expected damage per hit of 10 instead of 9.9. Nearly inconsequential. But, supposedly, it'll shave about 4 seconds off the kill. Assuming perfectly average luck. Yeah. That's a little bit optimistic, but anyway. Drink the super strength. Drink the super attack. Talk to Bailiff. Let's go. for magic, chivalry. Start kicking Vanstrom's ass. So for the Blood Ball attack, we just need to move to the opposite side of it and lure him onto it. Stare into darkness, we look away from him, which is why we're moving in the weird pattern that we are. Technically you can count his attacks and only move away at certain attacks and some bullshit like that, but it's just an extra thing you'd have to keep track of. Whereas this way, you don't have to keep track of that. Okay, could you stop doing so much damn damage? Nice, a 32. Okay, no! Damn it! Oh, those couple pieces of food I wouldn't had to have used by then. Drink a dose of super attack. Come on. Hit the bastard. And a 0 is not a hit. low on food again. Okay, there's 2 good hits in a row. 3 good hits in a row, if only we can keep this up. There we go. He's phased. Move! Okay, there we go. Move! Move! Okay, I don't have any food left. This is gonna suck. Oh, we're dead. I didn't notice the stupid thing. I was just barely too late. Also, yeah, we didn't do so hot on food conservation that time. Like, my melee stats aren't low, but they're not incredibly high either. I should probably... Well, first of all, we need to go reclaim my stuff. Okay. We have enough prayer potions for 2 more attempts. And then... yeah. It'll be like 20 minutes until we can go harvest more Renar. Okay. Let's get our stuff. Which annoyingly, and for no good reason, costs a lot of money. Because screw you, that's why. Not even like you can bring good gear to this fight. I mean, I guess you could, but... okay. Also, I'm going to run through my sharks pretty quickly here. Let's put away half the shark and bring more caramblons instead. That is a little bit less food than what we would bring before, but I don't want to use up all my sharks. I only have so many of those. They're important to me. Oh, and I need another Ferrete's aid, I'm sure. Yeah. Oops. Okay. We'll go do another attempt. don't remember what my stats were when I did it in the main. It couldn't have been much higher than this, because the main's current stats are only 74 attack, 80 strength. And I'm pretty sure it would be 10 home. That would be 10 strength more than what I have on this account, and 3 more attack. Or is it 2 more attack? 2 more attack. 3 more attack. Yeah. 5 more strength. Okay. I forgot I got 75 strength. So it's like the main's stats aren't much higher, and I've done this before on the main. And for food I used almost entirely shark. And prayer potions. And I don't think I even had boosting potions. I don't remember if I used an attack or not. Or wait. No. No, that was... Or was it? Was this the fight that I bought a Divine Super Combat for? I don't think it was. I think I bought that for some other quest. I bought like a couple of Divine Super Combats for some fight or another. But even if I had Super Combats, that wouldn't be that much better than what I've got. And I don't remember what gear I used. I definitely didn't have a fighter torso then. So I would probably have been using Barrow's armor. Of some sort. Because that would have been the best melee armor I had. Dragon Defender, probably. Definitely Barrow's gloves. For boots, I think I would have had Dragon boots, so that would be better than what I've got. Probably the Ardoin Cloak and the Eldnid is not, though. That would make sense for those. But I don't think I used an Nefertiti's Aid, either. I don't remember what I would have used for a ring. Anyway, long story short, I've done this fight before on an account that wasn't much more progressed than this one was. And yet, here we are on the struggle boss. Wish this guy had a couple hundred less HP. Come on. Beat the shit out of him. Hitting a lot of zeros, but when I do hit, it's for reasonable amounts of damage. At least that's how it's feeling. I just said nice things about how much damage you were hitting a little bit ago. And now all of a sudden we're hitting ones? Knock that shit off. Go back to hitting 30s, please. That's not a 30. There we go. Now hit that about 50 more times in a row. Do not run that close to that ball, or you will be very sad. Damn it, I shouldn't have eaten both of them. Oh! Screw you. Okay. We have no food left except one single Karen one. Which means I might as well just leave. I'm too stubborn to do that, so. Hopefully. Yeah. We needed more food. We only got him down like 70 HP there. Well, at least we didn't die. That saved 50k gold. However, we're going to run out of prayer potions and be unable to continue here in a second, so I think we have one more attempt. Yeah, we got one more attempt with the prayer potions in us. Alright, let's take Dracon's Medallion, Ring of Dueling. I need to make more Rings of Dueling as well. Let's go to Ferox and restore. There we go. Reverse and Haza to refill. Okay. Take one of those, one of those. Let's top off our existing potions instead of drawing new ones. Put those away. Grab the last of our prayer potions. How many charges do I have? 100 charges. Yeah, I need new Aferte's Aid. I'll grab one from the group storage. I need to make more of those, which I can do. I have the stuff to make them. Alright. Is there anything I could do that would make this a little better? Other than just somehow pull food out of my ass. Which obviously isn't going to happen. I could bring more shark. But right now, those are a precious resource I don't want to waste. I am not that far away from being able to catch my own shark. Well, not that far away. As in, I'll probably get it like in a week. But it is not beyond the realm of reason that I might be able to get my own shark soon. However, at that point, it'll still be a long, slow, tedious process to acquire any real number of them. Which is unfortunate. But anyway. Don't think there's any gear choices I can change that'll really make a difference here. It's like the black d'hide body would give us 25 more magic defense at the cost of 4 strength bonus, which is not worth it. If I could use any other melee weapon, that would be a huge upgrade. But unfortunately, the only melee weapon that can hit him is the one we're using. And we're not allowed to use any magic or anything either, I don't think. Okay. Yeah, there's no useful information here. Okay. I'll have to actually look at the quest thing. From Klaus. Okay, so the gear they suggest is Carol's. which would give pretty solid magic defense. An Amulet of Fury. Yeah, I wish. Dragon Boots, which once again, I wish. And then Barrow's Gloves, which I have. Helmet's Nade is not, which I have. Fire Cape, which I could probably go get, but would be difficult. And I don't have the gear available. Like, I mean, I have the levels, I could probably go get it. I'd have to get the gear around, which I don't have. Murata's Blessing, which is actually what I'm using. Dragon Defender, of course. Basically, these 4 items in the middle are all... I have lesser, crappier versions of them. Could get a Vampire Slayer task and use a Black Mask or Slayer Helmet, but I don't have either of those. I could probably get a Black Mask. And that would actually give a pretty sizable bonus. But I would have to get a Vampire Slayer task, which... would be an issue. It would not be straightforward, let's put it that way. Anyway, we don't have this kind of... we don't have this kind of gear. No matter how much I wish it did. The Amulet of Fury is plus 10 attack, plus 15 defense bonuses, which is just a straight up better version of the Glory. Considerably better, actually. What's its... does it have a melee strength bonus? Yes, it does, plus 8, which is 2 better than the Glory, I think. The defense bonuses would probably be the big thing here. But it's not really that big of a deal. So the Fury's more of a... because it's really good. Not because you actually need a Fury. And the Carol's Leather Top. How's that compare defense-wise? 65 defense bonus against magic. That's a lot, actually. Okay, how much strength bonus? I'm kind of curious. It would be 4 less melee strength to use Black D'Hide Body. How much does that actually make a difference in the DPS calc? Okay, change this to aggressive. So they're both in the same settings. And then go to gear. And you... Black D'Hide Body. Okay, that would give us 1 less max hit. Our accuracy would be the same, of course. As far as him attacking me, that'd be 0.6 less damage per second. Overall. Roughly. Okay. Although it'd actually be not... that wouldn't actually be the real... it actually would be a considerable improvement. NPC actually be 58% instead of 73%. So maybe I should use the D'Hide. It would only be 1 less max hit. The defender would be too much to give up for a shield, because the defender is plus 6 melee strength, which is quite a bit. So bringing in a shield, plus I don't think any of these shields offer that large of a magic defense bonus anyway. Yeah, plus 3, plus 2 over the defender, plus 3. So I don't really have a good anti-magic shield. Well, actually I might. Where is... No. Wait, don't I have a mind shield? Or did I put that in a stash unit somewhere? It's not enough better than the elemental shield anyway. I don't think I actually made a mind shield. If I had like a crystal shield, that might be. Yeah, Brutus shield is best to have, and that's only +6. So a shield is definitely not worth bringing over a defender. Is there anything else I can bring that would give me a defense bonus over something I have? I could bring... Okay, let's... Let's go ahead and make this identical again. And then this time let's remove the strength amulet for a glory. Okay, the glory would give us actually a little bit more max hit supposedly. Where is that coming from? No, max hit would be the same. Expected hit would be higher, but why? It would give us more accuracy. Actually, 3% more accuracy. Okay, it might be worth taking a glory. It would be 1% less accuracy on his hits, too. Okay. So we're probably, by dropping the... Yeah, we'll take the glory. It's a +4 melee strength bonus to bring the strength amulet over the glory. But the glory's +10 attack bonus, I think, is what's... Also the +3 prayers, I think just needs that. But really it's the +3 attack, or +10 attack bonus, it's a big deal. I wonder what Cream is doing. Because I think he has a Fury I might be able to borrow. And that would be even better. Yeah. It's not going to save us. Not by itself. Okay, so we're a little bit more defensive and a little bit more leaning into attack bonus than what we were. We've lost a max hit for it. But... Oh, hello, beekeeper. Okay. Drop the Carabon, take the lamp, put it on Herblore, take the Carabon back. Alright, lovely. We're about a third of the way to 66 Herblore already. That's pretty good. Yeah. So I don't think the difference... Okay, get these back to identical again. I don't think the difference in attack style... Yeah. It would give us like 1%, 1.1% more accuracy to be using the accurate versus aggressive styles, but we would lose more than one max hit, actually. We would lose 2 whole max hit. Wow. That much difference? It must be because it's close to a breakpoint or something. Which means actually... Yeah, and obviously defensive is a bad idea. It would give a slightly better defensive roll, but it's not enough to matter. Okay, actually, what would happen if we did have the Fury? Amulet of Fury versus Amulet of Glory. Max hit would be the same, actually. It would give us 3% less chance for him to hit us. Okay. Yeah, it would not give us a max hit, though, which is interesting. I think we are at the very bottom of a max hit. So it says we're going to hit max hit 35. We will when we're boosted fully. As our strength starts to fall off over time, we're more likely going to hit 34s or lower as our max. But this 59% accuracy is hopefully going to be the real hero here. That's one thing to keep in mind if you're using potions in your calculations. Not having those potions, actually, okay, if I just go ahead and turn the potions off. Boom, okay. Immediately, that's 5 whole less max hit and 8% less accuracy. Which is wild. Expected hit goes from a 10 to a 7. DPS goes from 3.3 to 2.4. So not having those potions maxed out is a massive DPS decrease. Yeah. Oh wait, we still have the Fury on. Okay. Without the Fury, it's still more or less the same. 3.3 versus 2.4. Max hit 30. So we're definitely going to want to juice up as much as we can. And stay that way. Alright, well. Super strength. Super attack. Let's go. And we start off with a glorious 1 and a 0. Clearly things are going very well right off the bat. And he heals for an 18, which is very bad. I'd much prefer if he hit zeros every time. Stop healing, you piece of shit. Bosses that heal themselves are obnoxious and shouldn't exist. I'm not hitting for shit this time. We'll see where we're at when we get to second phase. Or he might just tell you out without even attempting second phase if it keeps hitting low. Oh, come on. Mistimed that. Okay, now it's really looking like we're going to tell you out without doing second phase. Okay. I don't like where my oh shit, blood ball. Blood ball. I don't like where my resources are at. No, don't turn around there, you idiot. Fine. I clicked at exactly the wrong moment. Just as he started the attack. I'm still not entirely sure what the exact timing I should be clicking on him is for this. I think it's about as he starts his attacks. Like there I'm a little short, or a little late. Like I'm not completely terrible on... Okay, could you stop healing? I was about to say we're not doing completely terrible on resources. And that if I hit high a few times, we might be able to get out of the problem. However, then we started hitting really low over and over again. Okay. Move. Almost got shreked there. Come on, you can do it, you idiot. Just keep hitting high. Like that. I don't have any prayer potions left and no food. Okay. Well, we almost killed him. If I had not screwed up those two stare into darknesses, we would have had a really good chance of actually killing him there. However, we're now out of prayer potions, so we're going to have to do that later. Once I get some more. Which we will do by continuing to farm resources. Okay, first of all, let's go get my stuff back. And then second of all, we're going to re-gear and we're going to go fight a different boss. One who drops prayer potions, amongst other things, like combat XP. Where is... It's over here, right? Okay. Where's Anhaza? We're going to go fight Scurious, everyone's favorite high-intensity boss. Maybe not high intensity. But he has good combat training, and he does shit out money. Well, a little bit of money. But like, some money is better than no money. And he's good combat XP. Did I mention he's good combat XP? Yeah, because he's good combat XP. Okay. I don't want those, don't want that, don't want that. Radis Blessing's fine. Ferrete's Aid. I'm gonna go ahead and break that now. So I don't have to worry about how many charges I have in the future. Okay. Now. Gear. I want the Bone Mace. And then Fighter Torso, of course. Armadillo Plate Legs gets +1 prayer bonus. Actually, I'm going to bring the Monk Robes, gets +5 prayer bonus, so we don't actually need armor for this. At least not if we're doing it right. Dragon Battle Axe for Rarg. go ahead and equip that. Strength Amulet. And Explorer's Ring for the prayer bonus. Okay, that gets a max hit of 30 on the rat without any other boosts. And with the Dragon Battle Axe, it'll be much higher than that. And then, since I have a ton of them now that I can fish them out, we'll bring a bunch of Carambons for the food part of this. And that should be more than enough. We hopefully won't need hardly any of them, but knowing me, well, I'll chew through a bunch of them probably. But that's fine, because we can afford to do that now. Do I want to bring a super strength? No, because I'm lazy and I don't feel like... Actually, wait a second. Make sure you're on the potion list. Yep, okay. I don't want to waste my super strengths. Sure, it would get us a little more XP per hour, but yeah. How about no? Alright, we still have plenty of super attacks for future vampire slaying attempts. Alright, I think if we have a little bit less skill issue, we can probably just go ahead and kill him. Damn it, why'd I release those? I didn't want to do that. It's faster to regear than set that up properly. Radis Blessing, Explorer's Ring. What I meant to do was untag them. Because I wanted to put these other pieces of gear in instead. Okay. Alright. Good deal. We're ready to go murder rats. Somebody dropped U seeds in the ground. Mains. Actually, I might have been an iron. It might have been an iron that dropped those. Probably not, though. Let's see. Air rune, earth rune, law rune is the only teleport you ever need. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's make the game not like ass. There we go. Oh, and turn on tile indicators as well. There we go. Much better. So the Dragon Battle Axe would be a terrible idea for the vampire fight, because what it does, its special attack, it drains your attack and defense and ranged and magic, and gives a certain amount of what it drains to your strength. Which means it's basically a free super strength. Just pretty nice. Okay, I do want to train attack here. I'd like to get up to 75 attack so I can use Ember Light. I'd like to get to 80 attack and leave it there. That should be plenty. Well, Scurious is really easy. He can be fought at much lower levels and with much crappier gear than what I'm using. Although if you get too low or too crappy, he can be a bit of a struggle. But what really makes him good is that he has an XP bonus applied to him. Normally, the amount of XP you get from an attack is determined by how much damage you did. So he rewards more than what he technically should, which is overall a good thing. And there is Scurious Kill 71. Not actually all that many as far as things go, but we should be able to stay down here for at least 2, if not 3 kills before we run out of prayer and have to go up top and restore it. So there we got some rune arrows, which are nice to have, I suppose. We'll probably use them somewhere. I could be flicking much more aggressively. And I probably should, because I do have a lot of Caramblons, and it'd be good practice. The reason why Caramblons matter is because if I screw it up, I can just eat a Caramblon. Ah, you damn rat. He walked me right onto that stupid tile. So I took a ton of damage. So every time he does that thing where he causes parts of the ceiling to collapse, one of the tiles is guaranteed to be coming for you. So you always want to move no matter what. Rune Battle Axe, that's money. And a medium clue. I think I already have a... No, I don't have any medium clues, that's right. Because I did them recently. Alright, let's go ahead and eat from the pile. I can probably do another kill if I'm careful with my prayer. Alright, we used 8 prayer points during that fight. So technically I could go again. However, let's not do that. Okay, Rune Battle Axe is worth 24k, almost 25k if I high alch it. So, and we got Law Runes, which are nice. I always happily take Law Runes. I should go check to see if I have another medium clue already, because if we already have one medium clue in the bank, I need to go do this. If we don't, then I can wait a little bit. I'd rather not have to go do clues right now, so I hopefully don't have one. I know I have a hard clue. And I know I have 3 beginners, which means I should go do beginners soon, TM. Okay, I do not have a medium clue. That's good. That is good. I do have 2 master clues, which I need to start worrying about doing soon, TM. Okay, for some reason I thought I had 2 cards. I only have 1. Okay, that's good actually. Means more time before I have to go do clues. I really wish they'd let you stack more than just 2 clues at a time. Like, I know you can get up to 5 maximum, but that's after you do a whole bunch of clues. You don't get that right away. Alright, let's boost. Rarg. Okay, I want a private instance. It's too slow on that. Too slow again. Every time he summons those little rats, it's great, because that's a ton of free XP. Wait, why'd I... Don't do that, you fool. For some reason my brain went, oh, change to magic. That is not what I wanted to be on. Thankfully I wasn't punished for it. Okay. 5,000 coins. Not the greatest reward ever, but I'll take it. Well, let's get Karen Bonds, get us up a little bit. We didn't use much prayer at all there, so hopefully we can keep that up. Okay. Damn it, I wandered into a stupid falling thing when I One thing I don't necessarily like about the small rats during this phase, when he's got shit falling from the ceiling, sometimes you can click on a rat and you will path to your doom, figuratively speaking. Okay, there's some tuna there. I will go ahead and eat that because I might as well. We'll eat a carom one. I'd much rather he dropped something other than tuna for rewards, but oh well. Oh, oops. The reason why I consider Scurious to be an okay moneymaker is because he's so easy to do with basically no resources. And he's fairly fast. And he drops some valuable things like trout. Okay, there might have been a bit of sarcasm there. But he drops rune items often enough that even though you would never come here primarily to make money, since it doesn't cost anything except your time, it's like if you need cash and you also need combat XP, you might as well come here instead of Gemstone Crab. Or anywhere else for that matter. Although, Sulfur Nagua, I don't know if they drop any alcohols or not. I don't think they do. They would also be relatively decent. AFK-ish combat training. It doesn't hurt anything that all of his attacks have very obvious audible and visual cues. Which just makes him really not that bad to fight as far as RuneScape bosses go. He's not one of the ones who is inscrutable for no good reason. No, get off that tile, you. Okay, there we go. We could probably do one more kill before we need to go restore prayer. Almost walked onto a bad tile. Squareness does have some chip damage in the form of these little rats being able to hit through prayer, but it's not like a big deal. Not like some bosses where you just take constant damage no matter what you can do, no matter what you do. With the rats, you can manage how much damage you take. For one thing, if you pray melee against them, they do less. And then for another, they you can just kill them and then they stop doing damage to you. Which I wish most bosses were that way. All of his ranged attacks calculate damage on hit instead of on when they're fired. Like, that's one thing I hate about older bosses in this game. They usually have some kind of visual telegraph to their attacks, and then you need to be ready ahead of time. Because once you can see their attack coming for you, it's too late. The damage has already been calculated, you're taking that damage. Okay. Stop giving me food, damn it, I don't need food. I have my own. Alright, let's go restore our prayer. Not even gonna bother to bank this time. We didn't get any bankable rewards really, except those coins, and they're not really taking up enough space to worry about. We're almost 72 attack. According to this, it'll take us about 20 minutes to get there. Not sure how accurate that is. Okay. Engage Warg mode. And in we go. Private instance, please. Okay. So technically, if you were super good at this game, you could fight Scurius and not lose a single prayer point. But you would need to flick perfectly. And there is no way, no how that I would ever be able to do that. Not unless it was a complete fluke. Fairly fast kill here. Basically, you have to turn your prayer on the tick the attacks are all going to land. And turn them off. Or, the tick before I think it would actually be. Rune chain body. There's money. 30k gold. Don't mind if I do. We used what, 6 prayer points that time? Yeah. Damn it, I keep screwing that stupid prayer up. Okay, I screwed up again. We'll be fine though. We've got food. I'd rather waste food than prayer. For this fight anyway. Okay. There we go. Keep smacking his ass. Well, he's moving because he's going out to the middle. Rune Square Shield, more money. Hell yeah. That was 80 KC. Let's go ahead and eat a Karambon to celebrate. No, don't walk onto that tile. Okay, there we go. We'll be fine. Okay, can you stop just summoning bullshit? Alright, good. Come on, there we go. So the rat bone weapons make it so you have 0 attack delay against the small rats. But you still have attack delay going from the small rats to Scurious and vice versa. Which would be really nice if you didn't. Bunch of coins. All right. The coins reward is strictly worse than the rune items reward. It is raw, immediately spendable GP, but also I would rather just have to cast High Elk first. Oh, get off that tile. Damn it. Damn rat walked me right onto it. I swear he does it on purpose. We're hitting pretty high. He's gonna be phased after this. Easy fight. Chaos runes? Sure, don't mind if I do. We got one more fight in us at least. So I won't bother to eat from the food pile until after this one. Alright. Here come the little rat bastards. Didn't get my melee prayer up in time. I really shouldn't be leaving my HP this low. Okay, he's phased. There's attack level. And he's dead. Okay. Adamant plate body, that's money. Not very much money, but it's money. Okay, 83 KC. We got about 63K. A little bit more than that on that trip. Not counting the Chaos Runes. And of course an attack level, which is always welcome. Like I said, I need at least 75 attacks so I can wield Arc Light. Which Arc Light, pretty nice to have. I don't think I can quite make it yet. How many ancient shards? I got one ancient shard. So I have to go farm out a bunch of ancient shards if I wanted to actually make Arc Light. However, I did farm out enough ancient shards to make Arc Light pretty easily on the UAM. Just as part of, what do I call it? As part of farming Belladonna seeds and stuff like that in the Catacombs of Corrend. So I'm sure at some future point I'll want to go do something similar on the GIM, and that'll get me all the ancient shards I'll need for that. Also totem pieces, which I could use. Give me some nice CAs and stuff from those. Also, I need to delete that death bank. Death banks. Thank you, where's my stuff, for correctly tracking that a death bank was created, but not tracking that it was removed. That's always very helpful. Okay, look. I want to use special attack. There we go. Click right in the middle of the damn special attack thing and it wants to click through it. Yeah, janky game is janky and weird, I guess. Not much I can do about it. Okay. The first phase is actually always the most annoying. So the quicker we can get through that, the better. Like, I don't like that he goes and heals himself. but also he heals himself so little, and you can hit so high that it's really not an issue compared to a lot of bosses that heal themselves where it's just like a giant pain in the ass. Like Blood Moon, for example. You have Blue Moon, who's a complete joke. You have Eclipse, which has a special attack where he literally is just dedicated to you doing tons of damage to him. It's more of a special attack for you against him versus than the other way around. And then you have Blood Moon, who's just a colossal pain in the ass. Gigantic gear check. Yeah, rune arrows. I'm sure I'll use those for something eventually. I think that's exactly what I said the last time I got rune arrows. Was a drop here. That's like 10k GP worth of high alch value. No, don't stand on that tile. Fine, whatever. That's what I get for just clicking rat instead of clicking the ground and then clicking rat, I guess. Of course. I would be late on my melee prayer. Okay, he's phased. No longer have to worry about melee attacks. At least from him. Or when I was trying to get my first spine on the UAM. Dealing with those stupid little rats was just such a massive pain in the butt. Because you could only attack them slowly. You didn't have the cool... Okay, it would help if I turned that off one tick later. Anyway, you didn't have the cool... no delay attacks without the spine. Yeah, death runes. Okay, don't mind if I do. I need a couple Karam wands. Anyway, so the way to deal with the rats there was just attack as few of them as you could get away with. Basically, I do a lot of things like walk through Scurius to get on the other side of him from as many rats as I could, and kill the 1 or 2 rats that were on the same side as me, and then use him to body block the others. Basically try to safe spot the rats. They'd be stuck and I could continue just attacking them. Get off that tile. Whew. Okay. My mystical prayers there and got hit by stuff, but it doesn't matter. Oh, we got a prayer potion. Nice. I will happily take that and use it elsewhere. We probably got one more kill in us here. Oh shit. Okay, I screwed that up. Turned my prayer off when I shouldn't have. Or didn't turn on in the first place, I think was actually the case. Okay, it's been phased. Adamant arrows, much less useful than rune arrows, but still, I'll take them. We can eat from the food pile again, and then we're going to leave to go restore prayer, because I have 1 prayer point left, and that is not enough to last a fight. Not for my skills, anyway. So that's 87 kills, which means we're up to, I think, 17 tonight. Which isn't amazing, but I'm not sure when I started. Let's see, 71 KC was at 9 o'clock exactly. So we've been killing Scurius for about 45 minutes. Probably more like 50. Well, be a little bit under 50. Somewhere between 45 and 50. And we've gotten 17 kills. Could be better. Could be much worse. Have about an hour and 20 minutes or so to get to level 73 attack this way. which means we're not getting 73 attack tonight. And I'm definitely not going to continue killing Scurious off stream. I'm going to go do something AFK. If it wasn't for streaming, I probably would have a lot less Scurious KC. Because it just isn't worth it to me to spend any active time killing a rat. I would much rather do other things with my time. In particular, I don't actually play RuneScape that much off stream. I'm much more likely to do something at least semi-AFK while I do something else. Not sure what I will do tonight. There's a pretty good chance I'll either be fishing or murdering crab. Probably fishing. Because I really want to get my fishing level up to where I can get more shark. I'm like 6 levels away. Something like that. Maybe we'll do Temperos tomorrow. At least some. Pushed me out onto that tile. I should have expected it, but... I could still use some chances at the Tome of Water. Yeah, rune chain body. Money. I could still use more chances at the Tome of Water. And also, I would really, really like to have full Spirit Angler. Which I'm only a couple pieces away from. But I wouldn't say no to attack a box either, although that's definitely not required. I have the tackle box, the Tome of Water, all that stuff on my main. Damn, I turned it off one tick too early. Oh well. I'd kind of like to have all that stuff on the GIM, too. I should probably go ahead and do more Temperos on the UIM. Although I already have some Temperos done on the UIM and a bunch of poles built up. I just haven't been pulling them because I don't want to deal with the loot that I would get. So even if I did build up a bunch of poles, I'd want to build up enough until statistically I had enough to do a set and a half or so of Spirit Angler. Maybe a little more. So I could be fairly sure that I would get full Spirit Angler when I finally did pull loot. So I'd only ever have to deal with Temperos loot once. And then if I got the Tome of Water, I would just, I don't know, drop it to my main, I suppose. Because I don't actually want the thing. Not on the UIM anyway. The UIM has the Tome of Fire, and that's enough of a problem as it is. Like, the Tome of Fire is infinitely more valuable and useful than the Tome of Water. But also... Actually, if I did get the Tome of Water on the UIM, I would keep it for at least a little bit. Because I could use it to get a whole ton of cheap magic XP. I'd get my magic to at least 87 at MTA using the Tome of Water. And then I would get rid of it. I need to get back to playing the UIM more. I do like this account, but the UIM is just more, I don't know, fun. I think once I get a few more quests done, then it's going to be time to go back to the UIM. Not full time or anything, but I've got grinds I need to get done on the UIM. Go restore prayer after this. I haven't been nearly as careful about not wasting prayer points as I should be. Yeah, Rune Battle Axe. Money. I could probably do another kill with this much prayer, but it'd be risky, and there's no point being risky. And we got 3 rune items, which is pretty good. For sure, when sailing comes out, we're going to play the UIM. We're going to play so much UIM. Because I have a bunch of sailing to get done. But that's not until the 19th, so we've got a couple weeks. Which means what I really should be doing is just to leave this account set and go play the UIM to get it ready for sailing. I have 85 construction, so really what I'd want to do is get my smithing up, I think. And maybe a couple of other skills. Anyway. We're at 90 Scurious KC, so we've killed 20 Scurious today already. This account is nowhere close to ready for sailing, really. Not for any kind of hard push for higher levels, anyway. Whereas the UAM is probably ready to go to get sailing somewhere in the 70s or 80s without any real effort. Get a nice boat, all that stuff. Anyway. I hope sailing's XP rates don't suck. There's so much potential for it to be incredibly horrible. I really don't want it to be Agility 2.0. It doesn't have to be Fire Making 2.0 either, but, like, I just want it to at least not be ass. What I'm afraid of, though, is that they'll be worried about getting the XP rates too high and they'll set them too low instead. Shut that stupid prayer off one tick too early. Oh well. Yeah, ring chain body. Money I can use for construction training later, probably. Let's eat from the food pile. We're under half health. A little too late on the prayer there. This melee is very much just like the old style attacks. You have to turn the repair on before it happens. You can't wait till it visually looks like you're getting swatted. That's too late. Which, okay, that isn't too bad for melees. But for a ranged attack where you can see the arrow coming for several ticks, the fact that you can't pray when it's incoming and actually effectively parry it or whatever is something that's always annoyed me about this game. There are some tricks you can do that exploit that. For example, tick eating. If you have an incoming attack and your health isn't full, it'll calculate damage. Like, let's say you have 5 health and there's an attack incoming that will definitely do more than 5. So you're screwed, basically. After the attack launches, but before it hits you, if there's time, usually you can eat and get your health above 5, and it will hit you for 5. Because the damage is calculated before the attack is launched, or when the attack is launched. And it can't hit more than what your health was at the time. So you know an attack's coming, you wait for it to launch, then you eat, and no matter what, you won't die. There's some enemies it doesn't work against. They're explicitly coded to always ignore your health when they calculate damage, or to calculate damage when the projectile hits. Like, you can't do that against Scurius, because Scurius is coded to his attacks. They calculate damage when the projectile hits instead of when it's launched. Which, overall, I prefer that. I would happily give up the possibility of ever being able to ticky for everything to always calculate damage when it visually hits. I'm sure there's lots of level 3 skillers who would definitely not agree with me, though. Since tick eating is a fairly important mechanic for some of the shenanigans they get up to. Phased. Chaos runes, we'll take those, then we gotta go restore our prayer. Okay. About 40,000 worth GP plus the chaos runes. According to the XP tracker, we're getting about 64,000 XP per hour. Purely an attack. Plus an extra 16k HP, XP. Which is not bad. So we already have a bone bow. The bone staff is not worth it. The bone bow, there's like an argument to be made that it might be okay, useful occasionally. The bone staff, there's not even an argument to be made. It is total poop. Like if it used chaos runes, for example, maybe. But if I remember correctly, it uses death runes to charge it. And I'm not giving up expensive, precious death runes just to kill some stupid rat. There's much better ways to get mage XP. That's really one of the big problems with mage. It's so expensive. Whereas ranged can be expensive, but also you can make your own ammo. Like amethyst arrows are not bad at all. They do require some fairly high levels to make, but I think it's not that bad. Speaking of which, I'm kind of doing this current fishing grind because I want easy access to more food. But oh, there's a medium clue. Alright, well I guess we're done here. I guess we're done here because we have 2 medium clues now. I gotta go do those. I could stack them on the ground, but I don't feel like doing that. So I'm gonna go re-gear to do clues, and we'll just leave Scurious at 94 KC. Almost halfway to level 73. Alright, first things first. The clues themselves. Let's do the hard clue as well, why not? We're not going to be able to get that done tonight, but might as well grab it out. Okay, we've got 3 beginners, a medium, and a hard to do, as well as 2 masters that I'm not even going to think about right now. Alright, so because we got beginners, we need the strange device. We also need a spade for all the tiers. The Ardoin cloak and the top hat, of course, the Drummond staff, the Book of the Dead, the Chronicle, the rune pouch with house teleport runes in it, Ring of Dueling, and the Skull Scepter. That should be enough teleports. If we need anything more exotic, we can grab those later. Okay. I could grab some graceful pieces, but I don't feel like it. For one thing, I got the Varlamore Graceful, and it's kind of ugly. I really need to grind out another graceful set. Like, I don't mind the Varlamore Graceful for certain purposes. But ever since I got this top hat, I've wanted a different graceful set. Shazian would be nice. I do have the resources laying around to just go get Brimhaven Graceful. That's a blue. The black Graceful from the Hallowed Sepulchre would actually be probably pretty good with the top hat. Okay, anyway, clues. The first one wants us at the Standing Stones north of Falador. I need to buy a different house theme. This house theme is so ugly. I wish they'd actually made the Prif house theme they were talking about making. And that they showed concept art of. That wouldn't be useful for this account right now, but I definitely used it on the UAM. I'm not even sure what house themes would be available at my level on this account. But I could definitely get something less ugly than the... Damn it, we gotta go talk to Charlie the Tramp. Alright, Charlie, you better give me something that's easy to get or I'm gonna ram a shovel up your ass sideways. Or at least I'll think fond thoughts about wishing I could. Raw trout. I think I might have some raw trout. Speaking of which, I need to grab coins while I'm at the bank. Unless I used my last raw trout. I think I was pike that I used my last one of. Okay, raw trout. I do still have some of those left. Of course, it's a 3-step. Spin at Flynn's. Alright, back to Falador we go. I really hate clues, but I like the rewards. When they give me a reward. Like this can hardly be considered a reward. Alright. Next. Talk to Charlie the Tramp. Damn it. Leather body. Okay, we can get one of those, not too much trouble. Charlie and Raldo are definitely my two least favorite people. I would happily set both of them on fire if I had a chance. Standing stones north of Falador. Okay, let's go. Okay. Go away, evil Bob. I'm not interested in doing your random event. You don't reward XP in a skill that I care about getting XP in. At least from random events. He can give you fishing. Or magic. Well, it depends on exactly which. Or if it's the Prison Pete one, then it gets you a giant pile of shit instead of anything useful. Okay. Now. Gained a casket. We get a longbow. That is actual trash. But, well, it's beginner clue. What do you expect? Varrock East Mine. Alright, well, we'll just run over there, I guess. It's not too far to go. We're up to 82 beginner clues on this account. The UIM has like 300 and some done. Which is a lot. You need 600 to get the emote. Also, there's a lot of stuff that I'd like to get from beginner clues still. I'd like to get more shoulder parrots if I had to get dupes of things I already had. Not only are they a fairly valuable item if I chose to drop them over to my main, but I'm sure their price will continue to go up considerably with sailing being not too far away. Damn it, don't dig. Here we go. I'm fairly sure there'd be at least one other person in the game who would appreciate a shoulder parrot for sailing. I already have one on this account, so I don't need more personally, but he wants another raw trout. He's just determined to get rid of my entire supply. It's too bad you can't use a bottle of poison on it first. Okay. Then again, he's probably going to sell it to buy drugs, so... if he was actually interested in bettering his situation, well, you could get all the trout he wanted out of the river just over that way a little ways. Oh. We have a short bow and an oak short bow. Talk about trash. Get those out of my inventory before they contaminate it. Alright, medium clue scroll. Top floor of the Sinclair Mansion, Fairy Ring CJR. Okay. If correctly, the fairy ring is just southwest of the mansion. I believe. Nope. It's west, but not southwest. For some reason I thought it was more over here. In relation to the house. I was thinking of these rocks here, actually, now that I think about it. Alright, can I go in the front door nowadays? Yes, I can. Okay, nice. At various points during the quest, you have to go in through the windows and shit like that. Okay, Jump for Joy, No Bank, Brown Apron, Adamant Medium Helm, Snakeskin Chaps. I believe I have all of that, or the ability to get all of that. Medium would be oak planks. So I think I have everything I need in the bank, so I'll just teleport straight to you now. Let's see, Watchtower teleport, boom. The snakeskin chaps, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to make. Oh wait, I don't have that leather tanned, do I? Damn it, we might have to go find a tanner. I don't think there's one in Enel. There's a hunter shop, but that's not the same thing at all. Tanning. Probably, there's one in the Ranging Guild, but that's a pain to teleport to. Alcarid. There's one. That's probably gonna be the most convenient. I need to go check to see. Okay, well, first of all, how many pieces of leather do I need to make snakeskin chaps? Snakeskin chaps. Wait, I can't check the recipe? Okay, well that's bullshit. They need 12 snakeskin? Holy crap. Okay. I hope I have that much snakeskin on hand. I definitely don't have it tanned though. Alright, well first of all, let's actually build the stash unit. No, it's not. I don't like building stash units before I have the items to go into them. I know I got a bunch of snakeskin. Okay, I have one tanned. Let's withdraw 12 snakeskin. Okay, survey. Whatever you say. Let's grab my costume needle. And then... yeah, let's go ahead and build the thing. Okay. Boom, boom. And then give me 2 oak planks, 10 bronze nails, brown apron. I know I have one. My inventory is full. I cannot grab a brown apron. Okay, we'll deposit the skull scepter. We don't need that anymore. Same with the strange device. Okay, brown apron. Adamant medium helm. Okay. Actually, I don't want to release that yet until I'm sure I don't actually need another one. Okay, now we gotta go get this stuff tanned. And for that, let's just use home teleport. Okay. The tanner is right over here in this building. Tan all. Make chaps. There we go. Back to you now. Can't wait till I unlock the ability to make that into a actual teleport to Yanil instead of to the watchtower. I should also go talk to Bert while I'm here. I keep forgetting to grab my daily sand from him. Okay. I need to remember to go to Hesidius and check the stash map. Okay, talk to Dude in Varrock Square. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Captain Tobias in Port Sarum. Let's go to pest control. Actually, we can just teleport to Port Sarum rat pits nowadays. That's much easier. Okay, Captain Tobias is right over here. Obtained a casket. Now what I should do is go open one of my master clues, drop it on the ground, and then open the casket. So I'm gonna be a good boy and do exactly that. I really don't want to have to do those master clues, but well. What's the first step? Follow the bard. Okay, that could be very bad. Oh, Mithril Full Helm Tea. Okay. We take those. It's totally worthless, but, like, it's cool, I guess. Alright, let's deposit the costume needle. Okay. Yeah. I don't even want to think about that Follow the Bard step. Yeah, I think I'll actually do this other clue later. I don't need to do it right now. Because it is 10:33. At least we've got it to the point where if I get another medium, I won't lose it. But anyway. Yeah, I've got like 2,000 cooked carambons left almost. And I already put over 2,000 of them in the group storage. Well, I put exactly 2,000 in, the rest were there already. And if I want to get all the way to 76 where I can catch shark on nothing but carambons, I think I calculated to be like 12,000 or something I have to catch. Which isn't completely absurd, but also that's a lot of carambons. But anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and grab out a bunch of alchemy stuff. That I need to get rid of copies of. I need one of those, I think. Actually, well, better be safe rather than safe and sorry. Oh, I don't need any rune full helms anymore. Okay. That's nice. I think I can buy adamant plate bodies, so I'll just keep one of those. Yeah. The leather bodies are... I don't know why I bothered to even keep those in the bank. You can go pick those up for free, just not far away from where Charlie the Tramp is. Oh well. Did I get any other alcohols that I missed? Oh yeah, I have a bunch of black plate bodies I should alch. And is that it? I think that's probably it. Alright. Take my fire battle staff. Okay, put my fire battle staff back. Withdraw his item. Withdraw my fire battle staff. Withdraw my nature runes. Let's go ahead and turn all this crap into money. I think we made a pretty decent amount of money. Not sure how much I spent on failed attempts at killing that stupid vampire. Well, he probably made most of that back. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how much I started with exactly. Oh well. That is a later Milo problem. Because I think we're going to call it there. Because it is 10:37. And that is a perfectly good time to wrap things up. Tomorrow, I don't know, maybe we'll do more RuneScape. We're probably not going to do more boss attempts tomorrow, though. We'll see if I can come up with something else active to do. Temperos, I need to get some done so I can get my outfit. That might be worth doing. Maybe we can come up with some other stuff. Maybe some other quests. I think I have a couple I could do. I probably have enough money. We could probably do Giant's Foundry. Although Giant's Foundry isn't necessarily the most fascinating thing in the world. But anyway, we'll see. We'll do something tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something completely different. Then, let's see. Thursday will be prototype. Have to get some more of that done. It's quite fun. Friday will hopefully be EDF. And then Saturday and Sunday will most likely be Far Cry Primal. But anyway. For tonight, though, let's see. Is anyone on the old follow list doing anything? Says Abby's playing Repo. Just refresh that to make sure it's real. Yeah, it kind of looks like Abby's playing Repo. All right. Not sure who he's playing with. I guess we can go over there and find out. Anyway, hopefully I see you all back here tomorrow for most likely RuneScape. And I will see you all later. Good night and goodbye.